Karibu sana too. Hashtag after hours on Spice with Kev, your local energy provider. What's up, man? How was your day today? It's a Furahi day, technically. Hey, yo, but inaenda kukua a very, very long weekend, yeah, and a holiday, yeah. So I hope you're fine. I know some of you are planning to travel. You're already on the roads right now, maybe, yeah. Stay safe and please let me know what's happening out there in case of any accident or an incident. Tell me on that hashtag after hours on Spice. You guy, sinangoja kuchill. Yeah, maze kesho yani relax mode. Put my head down and just relax. Watch TV, munch mode. I think I'll also go for a major long walk. Yeah, I feel like I need to, hit the road. Like Kofiti. Yeah, so don't forget to tell me the traffic situation. Alafu kumbuka, we always stream live on www.spicefm.co.ke. I'm going to be live on the frequency right here in Nairobi. It's 94.4. Alafu my guys, Kisumu City 102.5 and then Mombasa it's 87.9. So a quick update over here. Apparently the National Police Service is assuring Kenyans of tight security and safety measures ahead of the Easter holiday. You guys know that schools have closed, so naturally there's a lot of travel going on right now, and MPS are saying they're working with other agencies to boost road safety enforcement nationwide and also manage increased movement, gatherings and tourism. Yeah. So what you need to do, the request to you is, one, follow traffic rules, tafadhali. Avoid speeding and drunk driving. Use helmets, reflectors, and safe crossings. Alafu finally, no overloading ama reckless behavior. So that's how we kick off the show, manze. Tukirudi, tunakuangalia nini na happen in the world of CTI. We will cruise the internet. Manze, Wakenya, yo, like my boy says, Kenyans. Unakuanga na resilience and there's a desire to make it. Are we saying it's get rich or die trying? Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, because this one, okay, to me it's not so shocking. So right now it's 18 minutes after 7. Niall Horan with No Judgment. Alafu Grandmaster Flash is coming through later on with White Lines, Don't Do It. Twende kazi. Al Green is coming through with For the Good Times. Hey, lakini, let me tell you something. You get the lengths at which Kenyans will go in order to make ends meet. One for the books, you get. And it's the desperation that has led us to these, extremes, man. You get. There's no opportunities back at home. Yeah, it's interesting how my boy told me, Kev, never ever say that, baby. Because there's some guys over here. There's some guys out here, when you walk on a door, it's dangerous. I'm like, bro, it doesn't matter. The majority of Kenyans, you guys, struggling, man. So this headline is talking about kukufa ni dakika moja. Quote unquote, some Kenyans are aware of risks in Russian military operations. Yeah, that's according to the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi. So they say over 250 Kenyans are believed to have been recruited in Russia's war effort, with the government data showing 16 missing, 38 hospitalized, and 2 held as POWs. That's prisoners of war in Ukraine. And about 165 still active in operations. 165, manze. Ni wengi. Yeah, at least 47 have been rescued so far and brought home. I'm not so sure about that word rescue, because these are people who literally went there knowingly. Okay, aside from a few who were lied to, majority made that choice to go there and make it happen, because they knew they were going to get some money, and like back at home where, some of them are jobless. Now, according to the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, alisema most recruits knowingly signed contracts drawn by promises of high pay, citizenship, and benefits. But the process has been heavily infiltrated by rogue agents and tracking style networks. You get. So, it's not surprising. And I'm sure these numbers are even more than whatever, has been given to the media. Yeah, so I'm talking about the number of Kenyans who are literally on the floor, on the front line for Russia. Now, these recruitment pipelines, they say it stretches across Kenya, Russia, and transit hubs like UAE and Qatar, using tourist visas and backdoor routes to bypass scrutiny. Yeah, kind of like human trafficking, how it works. Now, targets are mostly unemployed youth and ex-security personnel, many lured by opportunity, some fully aware of the risks. You get. Now, for me, by there, it's going to a point where I don't even blame this story for rogue recruiters. Recruiters have just noticed kuna gap. Yeah, there's a serious sense of desperation, and of course, desperation now has met opportunity. Guys are saying, "What? Atineza Lipo, how much? $1 million." Yeah, and then you guys could easily give me citizenship. I'm out very, very fast. Yeah, it's interesting because the fact that hundreds of millions of Kenyans are willing to sign up for a foreign war, fully aware of the risks. Wase wanajua wanaweza kosa kurudi. Yeah, like this headline says, kukufa ni dakika moja. Literally, that's what these guys were telling Gafa. Hey, afadhali mimi nibaki hapa anyway. Even if I'm in Kenya, I'll probably die one day very soon. So, let me get out there, die while I make money for my family. Sad stuff, manze. Yeah, so the promise for quick cash. Guys, forget even this story for going to Russia. Yeah, how many times have you checked stories of at, Kenya sijui alipatikana Dubai, ama sijui whatever, trafficking drugs, knowing full well of the risks. But somehow guys are going to try do these things. Just to take care of their families, man. Because I don't think people enjoy doing these things. Unaelewa? So, okay, I mean, the crackdowns will help here and there, but really, it's not going to fix these issues. As long as opportunity hakuna hapa hivi Kenya, as long as opportunities are scarce, you best believe it, Kenyans are going to go as far as, Western nations, globally, wherever, dangerous places just to look for the money. And it's very sad, man. So let's keep it moving. All green for the good times. Also, Mona Lisa is on the way with I'm Not Your Girl, Twendekazi. My name is Kev Matara Otada the Beast. Now, do remember, you can always find me live on YouTube as well as on Facebook. The handle is at SpiceFM.
More of the classics and the hits you love. 94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.
Black Sheep, the choice is yours. That's in a bit. So right now, let's talk about, wanasiasa and, of course, the shenanigans. So this headline is about, I warned you, Uhuru urges Mount Kenya to beware of sweet-tongued politicians. The irony, eh? Unajobede, sa zingine vitu zunibo is the fact that these politicians, literally, it's like they take politics as a sport. It's almost like entertainment. Because the same people who he is castigating are the same folks that he actually worked with. Like, they've been working together since June. You get, so it's very hard to believe in. Anyway, at the burial of former Senator Daniel Karaba, Uhuru Kenyatta warned Mount Kenya voters to apparently beware of, quote-unquote, sweet-tongued politicians. Ahead of 2027, pia akasema unity and honest leadership over rhetoric and tribal politics is of importance. He also called out some religious leaders for misleading citizens and told young people, take the money if offered, but don't sell your vote. Alafu pia akadouble down on his long-standing vision of a united Kenya alongside Raila Odinga. Yeah, so like I said, man, like... it's not like Uhuru Kenyatta's government was the best ever, yeah? Yeah, kulikuwa na corruption hapo. When we start castigating people and talking about those sweet tongue, yeah, please, just let's be honest with each other over here, And then Kalonzo Musyoka was at the burial as well. So he said something very interesting. Alisema Uhuru once told him he was too good, framing the current political moment as a revolution time driven by sacrifice and the need for change. Alafu, he referenced past strategy meetings with Raila, James Orengo, and Anyang' Nyong'o, saying they shaped his outlook and optimism for the country. You get. But I think being too good it's a positive, man. It's a necessary trait. Yeah, if you're gonna be a leader, of Kenyan people, if you're going to represent this new dispensation, because we're in a transition. I mean, let's not lie. Kenya, I think most Kenyans want our politics to evolve. We want something legit, something that actually addresses some of our main issues. It's not just politics, kutukanana, nini nini. You get? So, it's a good thing. It's a good thing when a leader is good and kind. Like, those traits have to be popular. They have to be a thing. Yeah, even a guy like Maraga, I like his demeanor. It's chill, man. Kalonzo, these are the type of people that we need as our leaders. So it's not a bad thing, President Uhuru. Now, meanwhile, also regarding the Gachagua dismissed claims that he can't walk alone. No, he cannot work. Oh, he dismissed claims that he cannot work with Uhuru, insisting that 20-year relationship outweighs their brief fallout. Alafu pia, he accused William Ruto of trying to divide Mount Kenya and warned that splitting that vote could cost the region politically, drawing parallels to 1992. Alafu pia, the former DP criticized Ruto's past use of religion in politics, saying voters are now more alert. Yeah, so I don't know, bro. I don't know. But it looks like Rigathi Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta are actually in good terms. Listen, the whole vibe that I got of this political conversation at the burial of former Senator Daniel Karaba was that it's very necessary for Mount Kenya to stay united. You get, yeah? But that doesn't mean the president and UDA will not try to navigate Mount Kenya. They will. And they will go ham. That one you can take it to the bank. Yeah? Sule, what's that guy's name? Anajitanga je. Kindiki has strategies. But anyway, for the sake of the opposition, you got, yani, what? Mount Kenya has to be united, baby. The motive has to be singular for everyone who yani. Right now is not the time to be divided. Yeah, anyway, that's politically speaking. So right now, 7:42, when we come back, still on Cruise the Internet. Fascinating stuff, man. History has been made for the sake of humanity. Artemis II is in orbit. We'll talk about what happens next. Now, right now it's 9 minutes to 8. My name is Kevin, and this is your home of sugar, spice, and everything nice. Intro, funny how time flies in just a bit. So let's talk about Artemis II. Yeah, so there's a bunch of astronauts who are going to be they're going to be going to the moon. They will not land on the moon. Yeah, they'll just be zungukaing it, for a future mission to actually land on the moon. Yeah. Now, if you were keen enough, the Artemis II actually lifted off from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida at about 1:35 a.m. Kenyan time this today morning, actually. And so let me just give you a rundown of what's going down right now, because they've already figured the orbit, yeah? So the crew members are as follows. There's a guy called Reed Wiseman. He's the commander, former ISS boss. That's the International Space Station boss. And then Victor Glover. Now, this is a brother. Yeah, the first black astronaut on a lunar mission. Alafu Christina Koch, mission specialist, holds the record for longest single space flight by a woman. 328 days. Very, very impressive. And then Jeremy Hansen, mission specialist, first Canadian heading to the moon, right? So where are they now? It said they are in high Earth orbit, about 42,500 miles from the Earth, out of Earth. Testing Orion systems, life support and navigation before committing to deep space. They're sleeping in strapped bags, exercising daily, and running strict schedules controlled minute by minute from Earth. You get, and then what happens next? Apparently a key engine burn. Yeah, that's the translunar injection. So it will fire for about 6 minutes and then pushing them toward the moon. If successful, they'll reach the moon around the 6th of April, so day 6 of the mission. Remember, they'll be out there for 10 days. Now, the flyby plan, like I told you guys earlier, so what's going to happen is there will be about 4,000 to 6,000 miles above the moon, yeah? And then the farthest point of this will be about 6,400 miles beyond the far side of the moon. And then they'll use there's a path there called the free return, quote-unquote, trajectory. This one is the moon's gravity, basically, will swing them back home automatically, Right? Isn't that amazing? You get the gravity must be intense. The force must be ridiculous. Now, the mission length is going to be about 10 days. Return speed, they'll use about 25,000 miles per hour during re-entry and then splashdown at the Pacific Ocean around the 10th of April. Why this matters? Like I said, I want to land yet. For now, no landing yet. This is about proving that humans can safely go deep space again. If this works, it sets up Artemis II 2027 for an actual moon landing. So that's going to happen next year. So right now they want to check, the dynamics, whatever, check if it's a safe situation, and then they're going to go for a proper moon landing next year. Yeah, so everything is just on test right now. I'm excited, honestly. And then the fact that there's a black man in this whole mission, very, very good stuff. There's a lot to learn. Sasa sisi kama African states, we are also looking forward to a future when the Pan-African dream will be realized, and then we send we send some folks for this very impressive Pan-African mission to the moon. We'll have Nigerians, South African, and a great Kenyan. But anyway, that's just on a lighter note. This is good stuff, so in the next hour, more awesome tunes going down. We'll have a conversation on Blast, Alafu, more stories on Cruise the Internet. Twende kazi. My name is Kevin, and this is After Hours on Spice. I hope uko poa. I've got some Willow Smith with Wait a Minute. So right now, quick question for you, because I know these days you probably work out, you're out there, you've signed up to an awesome gym. But do you think most people in the gym are out there to get better? Or to get their attention? Yeah? What's going on in your gym, for example? Because me, I've seen folks, umse anaingia kwa gym, yeah? He's been there for like 2 hours, but only like about 40 minutes, not even 40, like 30 minutes only is what he's used to work out. The rest, you guys just posing, setting up the camera, sijui vizuri, nini, talking to people, talking siasa hapa hivyo kwa gym, nini, just straight BS, manze. So unafanya nini kwa gym, yani? What was the point? Yeah? You've got your own podcast over there. You get, yeah, like, okay, fine, I get it, man. You can do whatever, it's your money, big deal. Yeah? But you gotta be honest with yourself. Unajua sasa kama unaenda gym, yeah? And most of the things that you do over there is just chatting, vibing people, you know what I mean? Pulling, I don't know, just being so theatrical over there, bambaing guys. Okay, it's cool, but like, it misses the point. You're supposed to go to the gym, so that you can be a better version of yourself. You're supposed to go there, work out, get some knowledge here and there, nini, network with people who have similar goals as yours. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're in some bodybuilding community. Maybe you're preparing for like a competition. These guys can help you out. Yeah. There's a good number of things that you can do, beneficial things. Like Nisa, you've gone there. Ladies, you're just posing, trying to look good for that guy over there. Yeah. In fact, by the way, what's even crazy, now that your crush is not in the gym, you can't work out. Sasa, you're bored. You want to go. Yeah. You take like 5 minutes resting between sets. Do you know how annoying that is, by the way? Umsa amekuwa kikungoja bana for 30 minutes. Just doesn't know to tell you to rush. Yeah. How is it that you're just on your phone for like 10 minutes between sets? What the hell is up with you? You think you own this gym? You know what I mean? And don't even get me started about people who akishamaliza kutrain ama kufanya workout flani, yeah, this guy now leaves the weights on the floor. Sijui for who to pick up. It's such nasty behavior, man. Let me ask you an honest question. If folks were not in the gym, yeah, let's say you're one of those early guys, yeah, you've gone to like some random gym and, it never gets full, would you still be wasting time in that gym? Yeah, would you still be doing all these things just to get the attention of other people, taking random pictures, nini? Yeah, it's interesting when Kitambo, when I used to play for Homeboys, you get Anya Murush. Shout out to our coach Murush Maze. Uchali, yeah, he had this, because at the Homeboys gym, as far as I can remember, they never used to have mirrors. And so I asked one of my boys, akasema Murush amesema, hakufai kukuwa na mirrors hapa hivi. We're not supposed to be training to look the part. You train to get the strength. And I loved that. By the way. I think if you were to go at a gym, if you were to work out at a gym that doesn't have a mirror, I think you would focus more. Scratch that. In fact, forget. Okay, mine. I'd be extreme if I owned a gym. You can even remove the music, the sound system, nothing, no mirrors, no sound system. It's just you and the weights. Ama, you carry your own music. Yeah. So it's 14 minutes after 8. We're coming back with more On Blast stories. Right now, Willow Smith with Wait a Minute. FM right now it's 23 minutes to 9. Capital cities with safe and sound in just a bit. Man like Jambre, I've seen your message. Buddha. You, if you're going to the gym for other vibes, it's okay. Listen, to each his own. So right now, let's go to Burkina Faso. Yeah. And there's a new report by Human Rights Watch that claims over 1,800 civilians have been killed in that country since Ibrahim Traore took power in 2022. Umeget. Bro, 1,800 folks allegedly have been killed over there by junta. Now, junta is Traore's army. Yeah. Now, according to the report, let me just give you the numbers, yeah? So, 1,837 deaths recorded between January 2023 and August 2025 across 57 incidents. Alafu kuna about 1,255 killings blamed on the military and allied militias, that's VDP. The rest linked to Islamist groups, including an JNIM attack that killed 133 folks in just hours, manze. Alafu, one of the worst cases happened in December 2023 in Jibo, where 400 civilians were killed, manze. So they were blaming this on junta. That's Ibrahim Traore's army. So the Human Rights Watch, wanasema Traore and senior commanders could be held responsible while also pointing to abuses by jihadist leaders. So civilians over there are saying they're caught up between a rock and a hard place in the sense that they don't know what's going on. You know, on one hand, the leader is very popular, like he's actually doing the right thing. On the other hand, you guys, military are killing guys. So what's going on? But there's a tricky situation going down over there, manze. These numbers, first of all, heavy, man. 1,800 folks is a lot, yeah? And it's quite unfortunate that civilians are dying. But just know, ukiona report kama hii out there, these reports don't come out of anywhere, yeah? They're intended to serve a specific purpose. Reports like this don't exist in a vacuum. You know how they say. We know very well that Traore, as much as he's popular within the continent, the Western forces, the Western imperialists, let me put it like that, have never liked this guy. You know, they've never liked him because Traore is anti-West. He's very pro-African. And every other time, when you read stories about him on the internet, it's just about scrutinizing the type of government that he has. Of course, we know that he took power. He forcefully took power, you know, with using a coup. So, just as okay, fine. I mean, we got to be honest. Is real abuse actually happening over there? Are guys dying? Very likely. I mean, this cannot be fake news. But there's also a possibility that someone out there is trying to shape a narrative. This is exactly how the situation started in Libya when Gaddafi was still around. And then you know whatever ended up happening to this guy. There's so much pressure on Traore's government. And this pressure is coming from the West. Yeah? Also, by the truth is, Burkina Faso's government, if you do your research, you'll know that they've been having their own wars with the jihadists in the country for years. So, to say that Traore is solely responsible for all the deaths in his country is very misguided. It's false to an extent. Yeah? The situation over there is messy, but it didn't even start with him. So, for me, I'll just say one thing. As we pray for Traore, we pray for him to liberate his country and empower citizens over there. Because I also think many youth look up to Traore as an example leader. Of course, we also know that leaders are not perfect. That country has been it's been going through war for a lot of times, for a very long time. And like I said, these killings, they definitely didn't start with Traore. Me, I just want to know one thing, guys, because I know you're a smart guy. You're listening to me right now. You get the drift. Who do you think is controlling this narrative? Why now? Why now? What's the end game? When all is said and done, what's the end game? To take out Traore? Is that what we're saying? Yeah. We're not disputing the fact that civilians are paying the price regardless of all the wars over there. It's women, children, and youth who are dying on a daily. But regardless of who's right and gee what, somebody's out there trying to shape the narrative. Because the timing is very interesting. Yeah, to put out this report, the timing is very interesting, and we know very well that anytime Human Rights Watch get into a certain conversation and then a narrative is shaped, there's usually an end game. It's like they're trying to achieve a certain agenda. So, quarter to the top of the hour. When we come back, this is hilarious. On Cruise the Internet, there's a man who created a WhatsApp group to tell off his friends. Alikuwa amechoka na his friends. Anasema, by the guys, yeah, it's now or never. I can't stand you guys. So we'll talk about that one. Right now, safe and sound capital cities. After hours on Spice, Little Sims is on the way with Heart on Fire. Also One Republic. The future looks good. But listen, if you have issues with your friends, yeah, if your friend has been coming through for you, alafu sasa, when you ask them, when it's your time to be to be available, to come through for them, you're not available. Yeah, hauko around, you keep on ignoring their calls, silence on the WhatsApp group. Just know you guys don't have a bright future together. Chances are high, your situation could end. Yeah, but friends are very important. There's a guy, on these internet streets, the Kenyan ones, who is so bloody pissed, man. So this guy, he created a WhatsApp group, added all his friends, gave them a lecture, a piece of his mind, and then cut them off completely. Would you do that? Huh? So he called them all together, told them off, and he said, listen, I'm never going to hang out with you. I'm never talking to you guys. I'm all blocked. So let me just read to you what he wrote on that group. And the group was called Ati Mnikome. So he says, oh, snap, it's actually a chick. Okay, so alisoma, watu wakiwa na mashida za pesa, they come to me and I help them. They even borrow 100,000 shillings from me. But when I have money problems, kila mtu anasema, sina saizi. Maybe nikutumie 200 ndio niko nayo. 200? This is someone I've been helping 50 G's every other time. Kurudisha mkono ni 200 bob. I end up not getting the support I was hoping for. But I show up for you guys. I'm tired. I'm dropping all of you. Nimewavumilia kama marafiki for so long. But what value do you add to me? I agree, man. Your friends are supposed to add value. You guys never call me except when you're looking for my money. When I need help, you can't afford it. When my dad died, you guys, your contributions never totaled to... Oh, sorry, your contributions only totaled to 3,500. Oh my God, what kind of friends are those anyway? Alafu akasema, when Marlon, Tina, and Mike, when you guys had funerals, I sent you 10K each. How fair is this? And then she said, I cannot anymore. I have been patient and given you my time. Time to show to show you guys my value in your life. But you guys have not shown me any value. Delete my number as I'm deleting yours. Goodbye forever. So, obviously, guys went ham, man. Guys were, as in, you know how Kenyans are on the comment section. Guys were dissing her. Other guys were like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. And now, even me, my friends never come through for me. They didn't buy, and I want to squeeze it. You know, and I think, but I told you, listen, I've been saying this. The older you get, you'd rather have only like 3 friends, better yet, even like 2 or even 1, who you know very well can come through for you. As in, you guys are Jenga 9. You know, you're of value to this guy. You're reliable to him, and he's reliable, Lama. She's reliable to you. That's the essence of this thing. Lazima tujengane. Otherwise, it just can't be vibes. You get. That's why some people end up dropping their friends. You get. Me, I feel so sorry for this babe, man. I feel so sorry for her. Because how are you going to come through for your friends like that? Like you're the UN. Like we're 2 you're just there to sort out guys. Hell no, man. Outside. Without even thinking twice. You know. It's very, very embarrassing. I actually feel sorry for her, man. Ati saisi na nikutumia tuso. Niko na tuso peke yake. What the hell, man? Who even asked? Anyway, let me not sound crazy. If you send me 200, you guy, nakutumia and I'm blocking you. What? You know. And then there's another bunch of friends as well. Umemsaidia na pesa. This babe is going to spend like 6 months. You know, no word, no nothing. You know, she's not even giving you like a date. You know, some sort of timeline that you need to look forward to. So when you get your money. I think it's madarao. Alafu akikurudisha hiyo pesa, they're not even thankful. Yeah? It's like you were bothering them. Yo, why would you have friends like those, by the way? Mna waste your time. There's no way any. Because trust me, one day, push will come to shove, and then you're going to have to call your friend. There is nothing as bad as now you're in a situation you've called your friend, and then you realize they're not even reliable. In one way or the other. Unajua si hata story ya dope peke yake. As in, surely, don't you know some cop out there? Yeah? Ama, do you know a media guy? You know what I mean? Ama, are you friends with like somebody who... Do you know people, man? Can I rely on you? Have you got a network going on? If your friend is not adding to you that kind of value, cut them off. Very dangerous. We're not wasting each other's time anymore. It's 26. Anyway, so in the next hour, more vibes. It's technically like a Friday this evening, yeah? So it's cool. I'm going to hook you up with some awesome jams. Alafu, stick around for the Grey Zone as well as the Big Y. So right now, Little Sims, Heart on Fire, Tunde Kazi. And good evening. I hope you're fine. Tina Turner is on the way with the typical male. So, on the Grey Zone, turns out that men don't fear strong women. They actually fear disrespectful ones. So I'll add another one over there. Disrespectful and nagging. You get, just, I don't know, just so annoying. Anyway, so it's said that strength isn't what pushes people away. It's usually how it's expressed. So most men aren't intimidated by confident, successful, independent women. They're turned off by disrespect, lack of appreciation, or constant opposition. So the same way women value feeling respected and emotionally safe, men value being acknowledged and not undermined. Yeah, trust me, like... If you're a babe and you're wondering why things don't seem to work out between you and your man, maybe it's the respect. Yeah, that's lacking. Maybe you always size this guy, you know, you talk over him. I don't know. Just check yourself. So it's said that the real balance isn't between strength and softness. It's between confidence and respect. Because the strongest relationships aren't built on power struggles, but on mutual regard. You guys love that last part. It's not really about power struggles, but on mutual regard. Yeah, so I think this one is self-explanatory, right? There's some, and you know, okay, fine. It's easy to start calling out a lady and saying, oh, you need to respect your man. No. Well, the guy also has to be respectful. if you don't respect yourself as a guy, how would you expect your girl to respect you? At first, she's going to stand you. You know, she'll be just there, quiet, you know, keeping her distance. But eventually, trust me, atafunguka. She'll just tell you that you're weak. Yeah, you don't talk the talk, or rather walk the talk. You talk a big game, but you don't commit. You overpromise her things, but you don't come through. It's just those little things, by the way. Because trust me, I get it, man. It's one thing to start saying, oh, she's supposed to respect me, Kev. You know, we've had these conversations. We've even go for therapy. But fam, maybe you're the problem. But also maybe she's the problem. You understand? So, I mean, every relationship is different, I guess. So, let's keep it moving at 18 minutes after 9. Tinatana, typical male. Let's go. Right now it's 29 minutes to 10. Kev is my name, and the show is After Hours on Spice. Imekuwa real, baby. Mini Meji Bamba. You know what? We're going to catch up again on Tuesday. Oh my God. I can't wait to just relax. Watch sports, get out there, meet up with my friends, just get... Actually, this weekend I'm going ham, just for the record. Wish me luck. Guys, I've enjoyed my time. I just want to say, you stay safe as well. Happy Easter holidays. And I want to shout out Robert and Alima for always making this thing happen. Mike and the mechanics are coming through with Looking Back Over My Shoulder. Also Robin S with It Must Be Love. And what was I going to say? Yeah, if you're there's no football this weekend, Premier League football especially. So Najua Sasa now, guys. Yeah, we're going to have to watch rugby. Guys, stay safe, man. I don't want to say too much. I know you're probably caught up out there. It's Friday energy. It is what it is, man. You do you. All right, stay safe. Peace.